What if I told you that manifesting is the most human thing that you can do? And let me explain why. Do you understand that we were put on this planet in order to bridge the spiritual with the physical? These are the notes that I wrote down for myself today, and I want to explain to you guys what I mean because most people believe manifesting is simply a spiritual thing. It's simply some people believe it's just this woo woo. You're in your head. You're not actually getting shit done. You're just saying affirmations, meditating in the corner and whatever. But in reality, it is the most human thing that you can do. You see, humans are gods on this planet. We are walking, living, breathing gods, breathing version of God, the whole, the infinite, Allah, the universe, whatever it is that you want to label it. Okay, for me, I like to say universe, right? Universal energy. For this video, I'll say God so people can relate and I don't sound too crazy. Okay, but manifesting is simply bringing the immaterial to the material, bringing the spiritual to the physical. Okay, you are that bridge. And today, as I was actually live on TikTok, I go live every morning and I'm starting this routine of writing down 10 goals for the day, every single day. And I started to explain, and this was really the inspiration behind this video, I started to explain people the importance of writing things down. You see, there's a reason why our ancestors have all this writing on the walls, on tablets, on scribes, on even paper. Okay, there's a reason why our ancestors did this because they understood that in order to make their physical reality change, they needed to take their thoughts, their ideas, whatever it was in the mental, in the spiritual, in the energetic realm, and somehow bridge it to this physical realm. Not just by building it, right? But by writing it down first, which makes it a lot easier to build because now you can map your entire plan around what you are writing down. You see, it's very hard, and I want you guys to either confirm or deny this. It is extremely hard to set a goal in your mind, have an idea pop up in your mind, and completely manifest it out, build it out straight from the mind to the physical reality. I want you guys to confirm or deny that in the comments. Okay? Because I found it to be extremely hard and really impossible. Especially since how fast my mind goes. I'm a creative, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a father, I'm a husband, I'm a friend, I'm a mentor, I'm a teacher. I'm so many of these things that so many thoughts come through my head. I'm also a healer and a space holder. So many thoughts are going through my head every single day. So many ideas. I'm also a generator. That is my human design. So I'm constantly generating these ideas and these things that I want to make happen. So imagine I go every single day, all day, my whole life without ever writing anything down. And I just keep these things in my head. It is quite literally impossible to manifest something in the physical realm simply by keeping it in the mental space, in the energetic and the spiritual realm. It is impossible. You need to bridge that gap. You need to put it into concrete, put it into stone. Okay, so that you are able to, one, simply remember it, okay, and two, build upon it. All right, and three, I didn't think about this until now, show people that it is at least partially here. Okay? Tell people about your vision. How much support can you get? Not much. show people your vision, and you'll have the support of the world. Okay? I want you guys to remember that, because that first step of bridging it is showing people that this is possible, or this is what you want to do, or this is what you are setting out to do. All right? That is going to garner more support, not just from others, but from your own psyche. Okay? You get more inspiration from it by looking it over every single day. Writing something down in your psyche is prioritizing it. Okay? How can you prioritize your thoughts? You cannot. Because a lot of thoughts throughout the day aren't really yours. So you cannot, this is not a space of organization and prioritizing and this is not the space for that. This physical realm that you are in, this is the space to organize, to file, to put things away, put things to the side. Okay? This is an ongoing generator of ideas and thoughts and emotions and memories and visions of the future and visions of the past. And this is not a place where you want to organize your files. Okay, this is simply just the generator of ideas, the generator of the thoughts. Okay, where you want to go is put it on a piece of paper, put it on a file in your computer, put it on the notes in your phone. Okay, this now trains the psyche to, one, find motivation to do it, two, build upon it and think and build upon it by thinking what you can add to it or what steps are needed. Okay? It trains the psyche to look forward to something. It trains the psyche to, you know what I mean? Yeah, like I said, look forward to something, build on something. You know, you can shift your psyche to now, okay, it's not just thinking time, it's doing time. All right? So I want you guys to get into the habit every single day. If you miss a day, that is fine. Continue on the next day. Every single day, write down your goals. And if it's not goals that you really have in mind, 1 through 10, these are the specific goals that I have, then write down what is on your mind. Brain dump. Get it out of here. You understand? Like I said, this is the generator of ideas. This is not where the ideas come to fruition. The ideas come to fruition in this physical life. Okay, so brain dump. Get it out of your mind. And you don't have to do every single thing that comes to your mind. But when you do brain dump, you'll see, okay, what is possible in this time, in this season of my life. Okay? That's what writing things down does for you. You're able to build upon things. You're able to set things in stone. You're able to revisit and come back to them, which is probably one of my favorite things because, like I said, I'm a generator. So every single day, all day, I can hear something, see something, talk to somebody, listen to something in music, okay, see something in nature, and quite literally pop out an idea for a future business venture, for some type of campaign to run, for a new ebook, a new YouTube video, a new TikTok video. There's always something that I'm always gonna find inspiration everywhere I go. And I remember when I first started dating my wife, my now wife, I would tell her all these great ideas. And by the end of the day, when she asked them about the ideas, or hey, what was that idea that you had? Can you run me back that idea that you had? I feel like a part of me feels like she was testing me. But eventually I would forget. I would have an idea in the shower. I'm like, babe, I have an idea. I got to tell you, by the time I get out of the shower, shit, I lost the idea. And this happened day in and day out. Tell her an idea, lose the idea. Okay, until she sat me down. She didn't really sit me down, but it's what it felt like. It felt like she just sat me down and she said, Joseph, you have to start writing down your ideas. They are too valuable. My ideas were too valuable in order for them to get lost in the sauce, to get lost in the sea of thoughts. Your ideas are too valuable to be getting lost in the sea of thoughts, because this current never stops moving. And that is how we want it. But if we cannot organize it, if we cannot move the current how we want it, we are just going to be lost at sea. We're just going to be going with the waves, going with the motions. You don't want to do that, because then you're not taking control over your life. And God forbid that your mind is being controlled, maybe not in a conscious manner for you. Maybe you might not know that this is happening. Okay, but based off of society and family and work and school and just emotions in general, your mind is being controlled and being swayed in a certain way. So God forbid that happens, because then if you really don't take control of the current, you really don't take control, it is going to take control over you, and you're going to be lost at sea. Okay, and it's going to be a bitch and a half to get back. Okay, to shore, to get back to center, to get back to peace and calm. Been there, done that. I can promise you don't want that. Okay, don't get lost in the sea of thoughts. All right, so my favorite thing about writing things down and about putting things into this world, putting things into this concrete world, is you're able to revisit things. Like I said, write down your goals, but it doesn't mean that you need to achieve them in this season of your life. Perfect example is I was actually having a talk with my warehouse manager and a couple of my employees yesterday. And one of them said, hey, you ever thought about doing this or having this type of release or having this type of product? And I looked at her like, you know what? 2 years ago, I wrote down that I wanted this specific ingredient to make this this marketing, there was a whole marketing plan and a whole rollout on a holiday item that we have, a holiday product. And 2 years ago, it was not feasible. I did not have the warehouse space that we do now. I didn't have the capital. I didn't have the employees. I didn't have the know-how on how to roll something like this out. But I kept it in my notebook because I knew it's what I wanted to do eventually. And 2 years later, I didn't even look at my notebook and say, now is the time. 2 years later, an employee was like, hey, you ever thought of this? And I'm like, you know what? Yes, I have thought of that. And I actually have the exact plan on how to do it. So thank you. Now I'm going to go back to the drawing board right now. I'm going to revisit that note that I put in, that I wrote down. And now I'm going to actually work on it because we are in the position to do it. So this is just one of the ways that writing things down can change your life. Because even though if you aren't in the season, you aren't in the position to do what you want to do, you can always revisit it. And those ideas aren't worth less because you can't do them or complete them at that moment. They aren't worth less. If anything, they're worth more because you held on to them for so long and the value just depreciated and appreciated. Okay? So if you aren't writing things down, I truly believe that you're going to get lost in the sauce, lost at sea. You're going to be controlled by something other than your own purpose, something other than your own kind of conscious thought. All right? You have to write things down. Humans are master manifestors. That is why we are here. We are walking this earth to bring and bridge the spiritual to the physical. Okay, we have the power to do so. So I want you to utilize that power.